election. And the Mitt Romney general election campaign is off and running. Has anyone told Rick Santorum?
You just endorsed Mitt Romney.
Well, if that's what you want to call it, you can call it whatever you want.
Karen, you know your husband. Has he just endorsed Mitt Romney?
Not at this point. No, we're working through it. We're talking about it.
Joining me now is Michael Feldman, former senior advisor to Vice President Al Gore, and Kevin Madden, advisor to the Romney presidential campaign. First to you, Kevin. What are they waiting for?
Well, look, I think Senator Santorum, he had some very kind words for Governor Romney last night. But he did make a point which I think was a smart one, which is that he wants an opportunity to sit down with Governor Romney, talk about the campaign, talk about the issues, talk about what he can do to help Governor Romney in a general election going forward. And I think that both camps right now, we've spent a lot of time talking over the last few weeks since Senator Santorum suspended his campaign. I think that's going to continue. And in the very, very near future, I expect that both Senator Santorum and Governor Romney are going to have that conversation, and an endorsement will be forthcoming, and then we can get about the hard work of building up the campaign and taking on President Obama in a general election and beating him.
According to R.C. Hammond and the Gingrich campaign, Mitt Romney called Newt Gingrich today and said he's welcome to join the Romney team. Hammond said that Gingrich is likely not dropping out Tuesday, or not. We've been told that he was suspending the campaign on Tuesday, so I don't know what that conflict, clear that up. But what do you know about that relationship? Anything about that call?
Well, it is my understanding that they did talk very much along the conversation was very much along the lines of what you just described. I think what we're seeing right now is a party that's coming out of a process, a primary process, where we talked a lot about our differences. We talked a lot about why individual candidates thought they were the best candidate. The voters have spoken, and now we've seen that Governor Romney is going to be the Republican nominee. And everybody across the party is beginning to focus on what we agree on, and that's that President Obama has been terrible for this economy. He's taking the country in the wrong direction, and now Governor Romney is going to be in a good position to take that case to the American people, and hopefully we can win back the White House in November.
Kevin, Mike Feldman is sitting here with me, and I think he has a different perspective on that. Mike, we saw a very different Mitt Romney last night. It was, by all accounts, in both parties. David Axelrod even mentioned this earlier today on the show. It was a very good speech. He's gotten the message down. Game on.
Yeah, it was a good speech, and I think it's probably strategically the right message for Mitt Romney. The question is, are people listening to him now? Obviously, the primaries are ending. We were just talking about Mitt Romney trying to clean up the mess from a very divisive primary campaign. You have these two candidates, Newt Gingrich, who's like the cheese that's been in the refrigerator a little too long, just hanging in there, maybe a week too long.
That's a nice analogy.
Well, look, Kevin can't say it, but I'll say it. He probably should have gotten out a while ago, and I think he's pressing his luck. There are diminishing returns in staying in. You have, Rick Santorum, who ran a very smart campaign, and I thought his endorsement of Mitt Romney, or his comments about Mitt Romney, were lukewarm. I think they've got a little work to do there, and therein lies the challenge for Kevin and for his candidate, which is the energy in the Republican Party, the conservative base of the Republican Party, is still not all energized about the Romney candidacy. Rick Santorum stands for a lot of those people, and I think Kevin and his candidate have a lot of work to do in the next several weeks and months to start pulling those strands together. At the same time, like Kevin wants to do, they want to talk about the economy, they want to talk about jobs, but Mitt Romney's a kind of a flawed messenger on those topics. His record is, let's just say, all over the place. Promises that he's made in the past about delivering on economic issues has been mixed, and so he's got to get the primary out of the way before he can start addressing general election voters on what he's going to try to do. Meanwhile,
President Obama goes on with Jimmy Fallon to make his point about student loans, but also to make a larger point, which is, as Chris Alyssa was saying, that he's the cool candidate. Let's watch.
I'm President Barack Obama, and I, too, want to slow jam the news. Now is not the time to make school more expensive for our young people.
Oh, yeah. You should listen to the president. Or as I like to call him, the Preezy of the United States.
Mike, you and I are old enough to remember when Bill Clinton got criticized for playing the saxophone on Leno. But does he risk doing too much of this, or is this all upside because of the youth vote and trying to appear accessible to people?
I think it's a very smart strategy that the Obama campaign and the White House are deploying right now. It's less about being cool. It's more about opening a window for communication to voters. Young people care about issues like student loans. The president has said he's going to make college education more affordable, while Mitt Romney's all over the place on Pell Grants.
Let me just give Kevin a quick chance
Sure.
Look, I disagree with Michael. I don't think more compelling contrast than a president who was going on and talking and making light of the issues last night, like on Jimmy Fallon, and Governor Romney, who was talking about the very important issues up in New Hampshire. You know, these students they don't care about the cool guy. They care and are very anxious about the fact that they're going into a terrible job market right now. They're seeing costs rising across the board on everything from energy to education, and they want to see that addressed. President Obama's big challenge here, Mike, is that he's going to spend this entire campaign pretending like he hasn't been president for the last 3.5 years, and he had nothing to do with the problems that we have right now.
They do want to know, though, where Mitt Romney stands on college education and making it more affordable.
We are going to have to leave it there. Come back, please, to be continued.
Good to see you, Kevin. Thanks, Andy.
Kevin Madden, Mike Feldman, both. And up next, patients in limbo.